Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Kathy, and it is January 23rd, 2022. I mean, yesterday we had lots of twos, didn't we? So we're going to start off a little bit different. Those of us who were here, what you see here, everybody is recording here when I'm going to take it off the group recording as soon as we do this, but I get to see how people are doing this. We're going to balance a belief through Psych K. It's going to Cleo, this was Cleo's idea, so y'all can give her pats on the back for it. But I'm going to be doing a combination of, and you'll get information on it, a combination of guided imagery and encodement intensive to gather the wisdom and knowledge that we have from other lifetimes that we don't have totally active within this lifetime. So Cleo was saying, we need to just accept the belief, I am wise. So I decided to really integrate that belief in you through Psych K. So first of all, heart source. Move in front of your heart center, into the front of your heart center in the center of your chest. And now go around to the back and go into the back of your heart center as deep as you can. That'll take you into your sacred space. There you go. I just got this real warm feeling, so I had to just be with it. Into the front of your third eye. Now I'll go through the back of your skull, opposite of your third eye, and go into the back of your third eye. Now just notice your experience now and see if you feel a difference. I always do. It's not as strong as the first time I did it, but connect your heart center to your third eye with a beam of light that goes straight up your body. So we have connected not only those two chakras, but the physical brain, the one we normally call brain, and the heart brain. And now send that beam of energy straight up to the center of the universe. It knows where to go. And straight down to the center of the planet. Chakra spin, command, chakra spin, spin as fast as is safe for me. And you're going to have the intention that you're spinning out congestion. We'll do that for a moment. There we go. Deep breath and just relax. Let's let our chakras just go to the optimum level of vibration for this little healing we're going to do now for the entire Sunday ceremony. Now we're going to use the modality of Psych K. It's one of the modalities I use. I use three primary modalities. I use body talk, I use Psych K, and I use encodements. And then I use intuitive healing also. And they're just amazing. So there is an encodement way to work with beliefs, but we're going to do with Psych K because some people need the kinesthetic. So I'm tapping into all of you as an energy. I'm also a surrogate for you if you cannot do the hand and ankle movements. And I'm asking, put your right wrist, even though it looks left on my thing, right wrist over your left wrist and reach around and shake hands. Now, those of you who can't do that, you don't really have to shake hands, by the way. It was as you were shaking hands. And you can either put it in your lap, it being your wrist, or you can curl it up. I got a muscle test the other. And right ankle, just cross your ankles, right ankle over left, right wrist over right. Okay, close your eyes and silently say, I am wise, and do it silently in your mind, and do that until I say when. Now y'all will integrate at different times. Some people, a deep breath, like I had a deep breath, they'll feel that coming. You'll just feel some maybe tingling. Everybody's different. Relax. Okay, everybody can relax, uncross everything, and bring your fingertips in front of you. Yep, touching fingertips, and anchor it in, just like this. Yeah, just like this. Takes about 10 seconds. There you go. And now just notice your body. Not everybody feels or experiences something, but just notice. Psych-K is a really cool modality. And just relax your hands now. There you go. So what this does is it goes deep within your subconscious mind. And I always like to add the encodement plugin. So healing team, especially encodement technicians, but the soul healing angels are involved also, or the soul healing team. Healing team, please use the belief plugin. And I'm not going to go through the steps, it's fairly long, to even more deeply integrate the belief I am wise into my system. And just notice. And in the encodement plugin, we're removing beliefs that are contrary to it, that are fighting against it. And we have both the encodement team and the soul healing team doing their wonderful work. And so now, give thanks to your team.
Thank you, beloved team.
Here we go. Great. Yes, Cleo, you want to say something?
I do.
You may.
What we just did through me came from a message from Archangel Metatron called the Overlighting Project and Light Penetration. And what he is saying is, acknowledge and give space for yourself as a wise being. You can say to yourself, I am a wise being. All the answers and wisdom I require are within my being. And as we do this, our cells will begin to open and activate and release the wisdom. That's where it came from. So let us call just for a moment, Archangel Metatron, drop in and overlight us, make sure we've got the maximum for this.
So just do that. If you don't know Archangel Metatron, he's a big wig in the Kabbalah. He is at the place of the Ein Sof, which is the top of the tree of life. Okay. We'll see what the encodement intensive combination guided imagery does for us when we'll do that. It'll probably be the first weekend in February. Let me move just to speaker. And okay, folks, let me mute you characters. You can always unmute. It's interesting. I can't unmute you, but you can unmute you. And so thank you very much, Spirit, for taking us through that. We ask now to form a healing circle. So just see everyone, all of you that are listening, it doesn't matter when you're listening, see yourself joining the healing circle. Oh, let's fix the healing lecture room. We need a place to do it, don't we? So there's a floor of light below us, a canopy of light above us, pillars of light in each of the four corners. And we have, well, it looks like, Cleo, since you started it all there, from Archangel Michael's band, all in the four, surrounding us from pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar. And we have many, many beings who are joining us within the healing lecture room. There's a central pillar. And all of this is infinite. There's no space in all of this. There's no time in all of this. So all of this is infinite. And within the central pillar, you may ask anyone, except for your healing teams, because they're all right around you, but anybody that is important to you. So, of course, we do ask Metatron to be with us. Yeshua Buddha. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know if I've had him come before. The prophet Ezekiel from the Hebrew tradition. Kuan Yin. Now, if y'all don't know about Ganesh, if you sense an elephant walking in, there's Ganesh coming in. Kali, the destroyer of darkness and attachments. Just name whoever it is that you want. They're there, right there with you. There you go, good. And now we ask all of those who are in the central pillar to join us as we form a healing circle. And we're all there with many, many other beings that are joining us. And in this healing circle, if you would like to unmute and say who you would like to be in there, you can do it verbally. And you don't have to do it verbally at all, but just bring whoever it is you wish in there. I'm going to name a few people I call for healing for my sister who is struggling with the loss of her husband. It's been almost 3 months now. My great niece who is struggling with a very negative reaction to one of the vaccines. She's pretty much disabled now. A friend of mine who she's had COVID twice and she has long-term COVID, and there are many others like her. So we call upon all of those who are widows, widowers, or have lost partners, good friends. Please join us in our healing circle. For those who are struggling with long-term COVID, with COVID itself and any of its manifestations, for the vaccines, people who have had negative reactions. There have been many people that have left this planet due to tragedy. We invite you to come. And I'm asking Spirit to bring in those who have left their bodies, but don't know that they're out of their bodies. They don't realize it. They don't understand why people aren't responding to them. And let us just ask that those also be encircled here, that we may send energy to them, that they may notice that there are others around them to take them home. Does anybody else want to put somebody in? Just unmute. And again, you don't have to say it out loud, but we'll always add things. But I want to be sure that anybody who wants to say something out loud does so.
I would like to put in peace, understanding, love, forgiveness, joy, happiness.
Thank
Truth.
you. Mm-hmm. What was the last one? Truth?
Truth.
Truth. Now say chakra spin as fast as is needed to send out the energy to this wonderful group within us. And I'm putting all of y'all in the center of this also. And don't worry, I'm not leaving myself out. So either hold your hands out actually or in your mind's eye. And Father, Mother, God, Abba, Amma, we thank you for the gift of life, our life. We thank you for the lives of those that we love. We thank you for the incarnation of all members of our soul family or monadic family or from other families that came to support us in this lifetime. We ask you to pour your love upon those who are struggling. And if there is something that we need to know about how either to protect ourselves from illness or to help others who are ill, if there's something that we need to know about sitting with those who are grieving, no matter what they're grieving for, we ask for that wisdom within us. Let's just hold this for about a minute. Amma and Abba, we give you thanks for all that you have done for us and through us. We ask you to continue to guide us in the work that you have called us to do and in the care we need to give to ourselves. And so it is. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm just feeling a lot of peace right now. So I didn't know this character was going to come in, but because we've been working with him, Metatron is going to come in and speak. And let's see what he has to say for us. And he is saying to me, he is saying, it is in your practice. He's talking about our Sunday ceremonies, to pull up a chair, to pull up a chair. And this is a different chair. Often when you're invited to pull up a chair, it's the chair, jade chair of healing. Today you are pulling up the ascension chair. And that's all you can pull up. There's no other chair there. And see in your mind's eye a wonderful chair filled with tremendous light. And he is telling me, before he comes into me in the way for channeling, he is telling me that the ascension light is light. It is like a prism almost. It is filtered through the eyes, if you want to use eyes, the eyes of God. Please sit in the ascension chair. He says, notice that your clothes have changed, that you are sitting there in your spiritual self, dressed in a luminescent white, that if you move it, if If you move your arm and you see that, you'll see there are colors in there too that come like from the prism. And he is overshadowing all of us with the energy. And he is saying, and please call in those whom you pray to. Ask them to be with you. The central pillar, please send a beam of energy from the center, from you to the central pillar, that we may be connected to all those there. I do the same. And the next that you hear will be Metatron. I am here. I am with you. I am love, just as you are love. You may not understand or realize it, but great planning goes in to who we send to you to teach you, to be the Christ energy for you. The soul that volunteers to be the Christ energy has much training to do. Many lifetimes are spent in learning about what you call love. Many lifetimes are spent learning about love in a way that many of you do not realize, but are coming to realize. What could that be? You are coming to realize that there is great love in the pain that you experience. There is great love in the mistakes that you believe you make. A question: how can you make a mistake if you planned it before you came? Think about that. You planned what you were going to learn before you came here. And of course, everything you learn is about an aspect of love. In the third dimension, wouldn't it be wonderful to learn only through joy and happiness? That doesn't happen. It confirms the love. You learn about love through struggle, through pain. You learn about love more when you experience not love than you do when you are immersed in joy. Why is that? Is that how it is on the other side, my side? Did you notice I said my side? Soon to be your side. And you go, soon? Am I leaving soon? Well, there is no time, so yes. You're leaving soon because there is no time. In third dimension, some of you are leaving soon. Others are your soonness will be 20, 30, 40 years. You learn more, even though it's not really intellectual, you learn more intellectually when you are here on this side. We learn more intellectually. You help us to expand. You help yourself to expand. But we learn about humanity from your incarnation. We learn about the struggles of creation from your incarnation. Oh, yes, and from the sun's incarnation and the stars and the moons and the galaxies. Creation is so very vast. One of the things that happens in the third dimension is you forget that you are love. And being love means that you have access to knowledge and wisdom and joy you rarely access. How many times a day do you look upon something beautiful? It could be a creation such as this one sees out her window of the red rocks, or those who live near the water can even hear the birds. How often do you let the joy of that creation surround you and fill you? As one who has just come home, how often are you mindful? The wonderful Christ energy being who came home the other day, who learned mindfulness and how it is when you are mindful and aware that this is where you are. This is who you are. Joy comes. Those of you who live with others, and I'm not speaking about just in an apartment by yourself, or that those do not have learnings. I'm talking about those who go to a mountaintop and do not interact with others, actually learn less about the human experience than those who are in groups. Those who are in groups by interacting with those around them, whether they live by themselves or not, that's not the case. It is when you interact with others. What have some of your greatest pains been? With others, correct? Something that has happened to you, a non-connection perhaps, a connection that was severed, a loss. Because what you learned was about a human idea of love. And you learned about creation, because when you are with another, you create more love between you. You do not need to live with others. You need to interact with others. Be it on the telephone, Zoom. Zoom has you zooming around everywhere, does it not? Standing at the cashier, enjoying the beauty that surrounds you with others. and wisdom comes. You are in your ascension chair right now. We are going to amp up the energy a little bit of your ascension chair. Be in your heart source. And say, if you do not want to do this, you do not have to do this, but if you wish, say, raise my vibration to the highest level it can be, that I move closer to what people call ascension. Those of you who don't feel anything, just remove that thought from your mind because it is still happening. While in your heart source, from your heart, ask, what wisdom do I need to know now? If you need to write that down, write that down. If you think, oh, but this came to me, maybe I made it up. No, write it down, even if you've known it before. In your very cells, wisdom is contained. You have heard of cellular memory, correct? It is usually looked upon as a negative, that it may be the cellular memory of pain. Allow the pain to be there and rest with it. And set your intention to find the wisdom within the pain. In order to do that, you have to accept the pain, accept what is. Allow your cells to speak to you. What happens when cells quit communicating with each other? They are also a community. These cells within your body, how many cells do you have sitting there with you? Trillions? What happens when they quit communicating with each other? You have what is known as dis-ease. This is where your emotions and your thoughts as a human being come in. You are a creator. You are a creator of your cells and how they communicate with each other. Most of the time, you are the creator. I'll explain that in a moment. Because we're coming to a fine line here. Illness, dis-ease, a malfunctioning of your body is not your fault. At one time, it was thought that illness was due to the sin of someone. We're thinking of sin in the ways that it is discussed in, early society, the time of Yeshua when he walked. And even now, you did not get well from prayer because you did not have faith. That has no truth to it. There is no truth at all to that statement. You did not get well because you had an experience you needed to experience and to be with. If you see someone with Alzheimer's or ALS or diabetes or dying from kidney disease or COVID, it is not their fault, even if they did not wear a mask. It was a plan that was made that you could learn from, not only yourself. And when we speak learn, we are always talking about love and wisdom. There is fear. Yes, that does weaken your body. It is not your fault. That is just what fear does. It is your responsibility to learn how to release the fear. It is your responsibility to be able to change how you think and how to release the fear. And that is where wisdom comes in. You have heard the phrase, there is nothing to fear but fear itself. Even when you feel fear, do not fear the fear. Stand there in your heart and acknowledge that human beings have fear and that fear can surround you from other human beings. Stay within your heart. You can leave this body from an illness that you have, that others may tell you, if you would only pray, if you would only have faith, it would change. If you would only accept what is here and accept that this has something for you to learn from, and that you are an exquisite creation of the Creator. Sometimes you have decided well before you incarnated, you decided that you would help people learn to accept and live with an illness, a condition, because you were going to allow your light to come through. when you accept what is happening to your body, and that includes aging, when you accept what is happening to your body and remain in your heart and stay out of, if I wish I had paid attention to my health in my 20s, what 20-year-old does that, right? Paid attention to my health in my 30s, then this would not have happened. Perhaps so, but that was not your plan. It seems complex, does it not? It seems like, why would that be? One reason is that when you are able to be in that place of love and acceptance, even when hurting, physically or emotionally or spiritually, yet you are there in that place of acceptance. And you are there within your heart, and you become aware of the golden center within your physical heart, and you become aware of the violet flame within your third eye. And you allow that to be and to emanate from you. You, in your pain, bring healing to the world. It seems contradictory. It is paradox. But you humans should be used to paradox. Paradox. I love you, but can't stand to be with you. Paradox. You are so special to me, yet it is easier when you are not with me. Paradox. You are complex beings. You are much more complex than a tree. And a tree is an exquisite creation. Trees communicate with each other all the time. They have a root system that communicates. When the wind blows, the messages go out in the air. And when they don't go out through the air, they go out through the root system. They do not need to manage their thoughts and their feelings. You, just as the trees, you were made for community. When is it that you are loneliest? When you are not in community. And when I am speaking of not in community, I am not speaking of not being with people. I am speaking of not having that heart connection, because it is possible to not be in community when you are one of 20 or 30 or 100. Loneliness, when that comes, go into your heart source and find your community. Allow yourself to remember those who you love, who you care for, even if they are no longer in the physical, even if you have not ever met them personally, but you have gotten to know them, for instance, through this group. Be with that community in your heart. Connect with your healing team. Be with that community. You do not even have to ask them to heal anything. Be within that community. Your guides and your angels who work with you. Be in that community. Be in that learning of what love and wisdom is. Do not fight against your loneliness. Do not fight against your fear. Do not fight against your jealousy or your envy. Do not fight against your victim consciousness. What is the phrase that some have said? What you resist persists. Be in your heart source and accept what is. Yes, there are things that you can do to release that energy. But sometimes you don't have the energy to do that, do you? Be in your heart source. And if you think, I don't even have the energy to put together those 7 steps, put together the first one. Move into your heart, the front of your heart center. And if you have energy for the second step, move into the back of the heart center. And call upon us and see us with you and rest in our heart, our arms, our love for you. It does not matter what has happened in your life. And some of you feel broken. Some of you feel that you have been abandoned. You have not. This world was not created for abandonment. Even when all human beings have abandoned you, we have not. You are there within us. As Amma says, you have been in my womb forever, and you will forever be in my womb, as you still are. And Abba says, you are in my heart, and your name is written on the palm of my hand. So much Amma and Abba, the feminine and masculine aspect of the Creator, have been telling you and are telling others in different ways. They love you as if you were the only person upon this planet. They nurture you as if you were the only one upon this planet. Think about yourself. Let's say you have a plant that means much to you. You just have one plant. And you are determined to keep it alive this time. That's what this one would say. She does not have the same talent for keeping plants alive as her mother and sisters do. But think of yourself as nurturing it. Those of you who have one child, how much you nurture that one child. Those of you who have many children, those of you who have many children, when one is in need, do you not nurture that one as if he or she is the only one? And perhaps that one is not in need, but they're the ones visiting you. Do you not nurture and love? Even if you had 8 or 10 or 14, that one you nurture and love at that time. That is what Yeshua meant with the parable of the sheep, of the one that got lost. The shepherd finds the one that is lost. We are with you. The difference between the shepherd and us is that we are multidimensional beings. We can be individually with 8 billion people upon this planet. Well, almost 8 billion. It will not be long. As if you were the only one there. Because in that manifestation of ourselves, Amma, Abba, me, angels and guides, in that manifestation of ourselves, you are totally ours, and we are totally yours. It is in your ability to discover that love and to find that love which awakens your wisdom. You have had thousands, not hundreds. You have had thousands of lifetimes in which you are learning this more and more. And in this lifetime, you are delving even more deeply to being able to find that love and wisdom within you. Those of you who are healers, in whichever form, do you not focus upon that one person you are with? Yes, you know you have many others that you work with, but at that time, at that instant, you focus upon that one. And that is what we do. It is easier for us because there is no time for us. The wisdom of love and the wisdom of knowing that you are loved every second of your beingness on this planet is the greatest wisdom of all. When you are able to be there in your heart source, when you are able to know that you are surrounded by love every instant, you soon will be moving to the place called ascension. As that is what ascension is. It is simply the awareness, not the knowledge, the awareness that you are love and you are loved. Because when you are love and you love, you act totally different than someone who was not loved. You find kindness exuding from you in many ways. You even discover patience. You discover you want to be with us more often in meditation. And then you discover that you don't need to meditate all the time to have us. That you can carry on conversations with us and feel the energy of our love for you. And then you learn to do the same for others. You learn to see through your eyes and your heart that even when someone is in great pain and they are exhibiting that great pain against you, you still see their love. That they are love. Wisdom, that's where we got started, didn't we? Acknowledging that you are a being of great wisdom, and you are, because you were created from wisdom itself. The Creator did not say, oh, I have this wisdom, but I'm going to take all this wisdom out of this part of me and create someone without it. No. The Creator did not say, I'm going to take all the love away. Oh, wisdom. Creator cannot do that. That is something the Creator cannot do, is push love away to create you, because there is no way the Creator would be the Creator without that love. It is an impossibility. Those of you who believe that God, the creator, can do everything, the creator cannot create you without love. The creator cannot not love you. This is the essence of ascension. The essence of ascension is knowing to the depths of your being, not with faith, but knowing and experiencing where you do not need faith, that you are loved and that you are love. I think that's enough for today. Be there in your ascension chair, in your heart, and open your heart and your hands and your mind. As all of us who are here, myself, the one you call Metatron, Amma and Abba, those you have prayed to before, Kuan Yin, Yeshua, Mother Mary, others, Ganesh, and allow us, please allow us, I said please, to fill you with love. Let us do that now. My love to you, our love to you. Blessings. Well, this is Kathy. I like to, keep this to an hour, and I looked at the clock and it was 10 minutes before the time, and then I look again and Metatron was kind of wanted to be here in no time, didn't he? I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly felt very blessed. And I feel very blessed by you coming and joining me in this Sunday ceremony. And feel free to invite other people. Just let them know to email me and I'll get them on the list so that they can get the messages, that they can come in. I can't, I say all the time, I just love doing this, and being with all of you, as Metatron was talking, it's like, there's my community. And I live with wonderful people that I thoroughly enjoy, but there's something so special about being able to share these messages and to join together in our heart source in our healing lecture room. Thank you so much. Do you want to unmute and tell everybody goodbye? We don't have coffee and donuts here. Bring your tea with you.
Magnificent. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you. Thank
welcome.
you. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye,
Blessings to
Cleo.
all of you.
Much love to you all. Much
you.
love to you.
Let us
Great week.
give a big thanks to Archangel Metatron.
Oh,
That
yes.
was the most
Yeah.
fabulous message.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
was.
everybody, take
Was.
care. Much
Take
love.
care.
Girls.
Bye-bye.
I
Bye-bye.
love
Full
to
day.
all of you